everyone, and welcome to Fly Tricks, where beginners like me learn to tie flies. I'm Cortney from Trout Country Fishing Guides.
And I'm Mike, I'm a fishing guide.
The fishing guide, the best fishing guide, the master fly tyer. What are we doing today, and what are we drinking today?
So today we're drinking a blueberry sour from Mariner Brewing.
Delicious.
It's actually pretty good.
It's like sunshine in a bottle. Excuse me, a tall can at that.
Tall can.
Okay, so how are we going to catch fish? What are we tying? What's going on?
Today we're dyeing a classic BC fly called the Tom Thumb. And it really only requires one material. You can get really fancy, but you don't have to.
Hold up. So when are we gonna fish with this guy?
When or what?
When?
So.
And what?
This is a dry fly in most instances, although you could put it on a full sinking line and imitate a few subsurface flies like dragonflies.
It's versatile.
It's very versatile is what I'm trying to say. But it's a mostly lake fly.
Oh man, I've caught some trout on the river. Dry fly fishing?
You could definitely use it dry fly fishing on the river.
Yeah.
Good caddis imitation, good tied in different sizes. It can be pretty much anything.
All around fly.
But
she'll do it all.
I mean, you only need one material to dye it, so
that's my kind of material. Oh wait, I'm already behind.
Convenient.
Okay, so I've got, what size hook is this?
This is a size 12.
Okay, so
dry
small.
fly.
But you can do these rather large.
Yeah.
I've seen some pretty big ones. And I see I've got the Kevlar thread here.
Kevlar thread makes tying with deer hair pretty easy.
Okay, I'm gonna make mine
tighter,
right? That's how we like it. Stronger. I'm getting the hang of this. Are you seeing this? I didn't have to ask you what I was doing. I appreciate your help.
Tying dry flies, if you have a little bit extra space between the actual fly and the gap of the hook, you tend to get more hookups. So if you can help it, tie on a slightly longer shank than your intended size.
Oh, I like that. Thank you for that tip. We definitely want hookups.
Yeah. Now, this fly doesn't really last as long with deer hair as it can with elk.
It gets pretty funky fast.
Yeah, it gets eaten, chewed up.
Just chomped up.
So if you tie it with elk hair, this is tied with deer hair, but if you tie it with elk hair, it generally lasts a little
longer.
A little bit longer.
I did not know that. I guess I've never actually touched elk hair.
Yeah, a little coarser, a little tougher, just lasts longer.
I'm into it.
Not as easy to get.
I'm gonna steal your toothbrush, okay?
Yeah. So I use the toothbrush there to pull the underfur out.
He uses it later as well.
Yeah, that's I only have one toothbrush, so careful with it.
I'll treat her really nice. Oh, I'm getting kind of crazy over here.
So yeah, pull the underfur out, makes the stacking process easier.
I'm not sure if I remember how to do this.
So keep that in there.
Keep it in there and...
The tips in first.
Tips go first.
Probably have about 3 times as much deer hair as is necessary.
I was just eyeballing it.
You that much.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay, so we're making 3 Tom Thumbs out of this.
Yeah, if you actually pull half of that aside, you can save it for the second.
For the next fly.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
And maybe use the
so
toothbrush again.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's a perfect
good.
amount. And if you use the toothbrush again, you'll find you'll get a lot more underfur out from a small amount of deer fur than.
It's more effective.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much for setting me straight. Okay, so tips in.
Tips in, give it a little.
Oh goodness.
Tap.
I think I have some glue on my fingers. Tapping away.
And
Doesn't look so good.
you got this.
Tap it, and then what? Take it out?
Yeah, you got it. Yep. Oh. Maybe.
And yank it? Yeah,
we're
see,
gonna
it's
try
going to
that.
have to be, okay.
I find a couple good hits against a very solid chunk of.
I like that.
And if that doesn't work, then there's some underfur in there. Yeah, that worked. So upside down.
I see what you're saying.
Going on in there.
You know, junk in, junk out. You really have to get the underfur out, or it's going to get funky. but I'm gonna make it work.
You know, the fish don't really care. So I'm gonna tie it in a length about as long as the hook, maybe a little shorter if you can help it, but
shorter.
grab it by the tips. Do a couple loose wraps.
So we're wrapping at the front of the hook.
The back.
The back.
Starting at the back.
Good thing I asked, because I'm wrapped all the way up to the front right now.
So, see there's 3 really loose wraps on there?
Yep.
I want to keep it on top of the hook. If I don't do anything, it's just going to turn
Okay.
underneath. I'm going to
So
keep it on top of the hook and solidify one of the wraps.
Okay.
And I want to hold it on top of the hook as I finish off wrapping.
Gotcha. This stuff is tricky to work with, but man, when you do it right, it's
good.
It's a dream.
Once you get it dialed, it's actually really easy to work with.
Okay, how am I looking here? It's kind of like a firework.
Yeah, so all that flare is something you're going to cut away.
Okay. But I need to wrap it first.
Yeah, so if you keep the wraps loose.
Am I trying to keep the material on just the top of the fly? Okay.
Keep it on top of the fly if you can help it.
Thank you. Okay. So just normal wraps and then...
Normal wraps and progressively tighten them.
But you've cut this off. So I've wrapped it down tight and then I need to trim it.
And remember, you want to keep the body uniform as you tie it. So don't trim it right away. Trim it, if you can help it, further up the fly. So I trimmed it right there.
Okay. This part's always looks scary. Am I doing all right? Say yes?
Yes. Yes, you are.
I love it. I can cut more out of there. I just didn't.
No, just use your thread and wrap it. And pull this material back and just clean it up.
Wow. Okay. Net. How am I doing? I'm doing good.
Yeah.
I'm doing great.
Yeah, you're doing great. Don't make the body too thick because you're going to add more deer hair on there.
Gotcha.
And you're going to add about
plenty over here.
half of that.
Well, do you want to take some of
If
mine
anything,
then?
I'm just going to steal some of yours.
Steal it. I was just preparing. Oh wait, we gotta stack it.
We gotta clean it first.
Right.
Use
I'm gonna flick it over here.
my toothbrush. Yeah, no, that's actually totally works.
Oh, okay, cool.
Not as well as my toothbrush, but
so intuitive.
Close. There you go.
Thank you. I learned my lesson. You really can't cut the corners, honestly.
Don't cut the corners.
It's just not worth it. Because then everything else just kind of doesn't work as well as it could.
It's just too much effort.
Yeah.
It's actually less.
Too much effort, too much material later on, you know?
Less effort in the end.
Isn't that perfect? That's all we want to do as fishermen, right?
Doesn't need to be that hard.
Exactly. Keep it simple.
Keep it simple, stupid.
I love it. That'll be the quote for the day. Okay.
So I'm going to use close to the same amount of fur, maybe a little bit more. I'm going to do the same length as the whole body and the tail.
Okay.
Right? So I'm starting at the head of the fly and it should be even with the tail.
Perfect.
And then that's actually where I'm going to tie it in at the back.
Awesome. Let's rock and roll.
And again, same
I feel
thing.
like I have too much material. No? Maybe a little?
You might, but
just do it.
It's Kevlar. You can tie it really tight.
Do it.
So as you can see here, I did
some wraps.
Couple wraps in one spot, and then slowly section it off towards the head. I left myself enough.
I like it. Looks like a broom. Is that weird?
It actually totally does look like
it.
Broom.
Does.
As soon as I pull tight on it, though, you can see it goes.
Gotcha.
Flares out.
Gotcha.
So.
Oops.
If you cut it before that, then it'll actually make the process a lot easier.
So cut it before it starts flaring.
Yeah. And then make sure everything stays together.
work on that one. And then I'm assuming we're just wrapping it all down.
And then just tie it
Keeping it
right
tight.
back to the tail. Keep it.
Oops, sorry.
And it's not a bad thing if you section off. I tied it a little tight there, but if you have segments in the body, it just adds more buoyancy.
Oh, great.
So.
And then you don't have to use as much.
It just floats better.
Dry shake.
You almost don't need to use it with this fly.
Yeah, I'd like to say that is true for me, but I definitely, you know,
You're just
I
catching
end
so
up
many fish
drying
they get
it off,
saturated.
and I wish.
So
It's all about the presentation, right?
grab that top bit that you tied in.
Okay.
It's separated from the tail.
Okay. This is really what is going to keep it super buoyant. It's got quite the fat body.
It's alright, that just keeps it, like you said, buoyant.
Okay.
Do one wrap.
Wrapping it forward. God, I love this one. It reminds me of like a Tootsie Roll.
And then you can do a few wraps. Flare it out.
Okay. Oh, Mikey, we are cooking. Now, how do you finish this off? Like a whip finish is.
You just take this, pull it back, and tie a head in.
Ah, okay. Perfect. Okay.
And I just made this mistake, but the thing with Kevlar thread is if you pull too tight, it will actually cut right through the deer hair.
Ooh, I've pulled pretty tight. Maybe I'll back off a couple. Because you can. Because it's kind of a forgiving craft.
Yeah, you can be too aggressive with this. But
I can
that's
see
it.
that. Definitely borderline. Okay.
Now there's one fly you could pick as a dry fly for really anywhere in BC. Just a single dry fly.
Yep.
That's a good one right there.
It's perfect. You can pretty much use it anywhere. So I am seriously still. I need to tie like 100 whip finishes, and then film the next video.
Do a little practice session here in a bit.
We're gonna have to. Whoops. And Mikey, tell us about the beer. Tell me how you would present this one while I'm failing at whip finishing.
You know, if you pour it in a wine glass, it'd probably look about the same.
And how am I going to fish this tongue though? Yeah. Do tell. Nope, I got it. Tell everybody while they're watching me.
Fix the fly? Yeah.
Fixing it.
I mean, it depends on what you're trying to imitate, right? I've had my most success with this fly fishing a lake, dead drifting. You see fish rising. You see caddisflies, fish a larger version. You see mayflies, fish a smaller version, but it works in a variety of situations. You could probably skate a very large version for steelhead.
Oh, yeah.
Success. Yeah.
It's the all-around.
It's the all-around.
Winner chicken dinner.
Easiest to tie. Only requires one material.
Oops, I don't even know what I've done here. Oh dear God. Somebody save me. Here we go.
You want this?
Don't even, I saw that. I saw that out of the corner of my eye. Oh. Okay, where's the whip finishing tool?
Nope. Nope.
See, I'm trying to do it by hand. Pick her up.
Yeah.
Wrap around her like of number 4.
Hello to you. Yeah. Oh. You got this.
See, it's just so tiny at the head, man.
No, you just, I'm not doing it. You just go like this. Up. Use the fingers on that hand to bring it that way. And then keep this piece right here.
It's parallel right? And you just wrap.
You just go one.
See?
I fucked it up.
Yeah, that's what keeps happening. It slips on the eye. I think I have my material too far forward, don't I? But Mikey's gonna make it work. Like a boss. All right. I'm gonna work on that skill. Thank you for your help. Oh, she's looking pretty shaggy. Look at this. I think this might be the worst one I've ever dyed. Oh yeah. Look at that. You know, she stayed out all night. She had some tequila. She's gonna get there, but
she's still gonna get some action.
It's not looking so pretty. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you, Mariner Brewing. Cheers, Mikey. That was an awesome.
Cheers, Cortney.
Tom Thumb. Oh, and as always, please like, subscribe, share, show us some love. Tell us what you want to tie next. You know, tell us how you want to do Mikey's hair, anything. Have a good one.